what wrestling match have you seen that made you like just personally mad? Like, was it because of the storyline, because of the booking? What wrestling match you're like, you know what? I hate it here.
Easy. So easy. I have two.
Okay.
One's going to be more popular than the other. The first one, since we were talking about Bray Wyatt, the one that just made me so mad was when Goldberg beat him for the title. I was just furious. Huge Fiend fan, and it was infuriating. I think most people agree with that one. They think it was pretty dumb to do that. But my actual one, that's a little more of a hot take, is further back in time. It's Undertaker beating Jeff Hardy in that ladder match back in the day. A lot of a lot of people will go like, oh, it made Jeff Hardy, or like, oh, it was like the thing that made Jeff. No, F that. It was not the thing that made Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was already popping at that point in time. And if he had won the match, he could have been even more popping at that point in time. I remember at the time I was a child, teenager, and I was a huge Hardy Boys mark. Love the Hardy Boys. Still am. Huge Hardy Boys fan. And I was, and specifically at that time, like Jeff Hardy was my guy. Jeff Hardy was my guy. Same birthday. I'm a fan. He got the whole look. Big fan. And at the time, I remember having this feeling. I was one of all of you at the time. You know, like I am a hardcore wrestling fan, and I was just a young kid, really caught up in it. And I remember at that time, I really wanted new people to get put over. I really wanted new stars. I felt like the Attitude Era was coming to an end. WCW had been purchased. It was time to move into the next generation and get new stars over. And I was getting frustrated in the product. And so when Jeff Hardy lost that match, I was like, nope, I'm done. And I stopped watching. I was like, I'm done. You know, a lot of people, a lot of them like, don't watch if you're pissed off. Don't watch if you don't like what they're doing. And people go, oh, what? No, I did it. I stopped watching. I was like, nope. I still read the results. Don't get me wrong. I read the results on the computer still.
Yeah.
But for a couple of years, dude, like maybe I would say like at least a year, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I wasn't watching. I was pissed, dude. I was like, they're not making new stars, like, bleh, you know. And then, and then I finally like got back into it. My dad was gonna take me to an event, and I was like, I'm gonna watch. If I'm gonna go to this event, I gotta watch it to get up to date. And there was all these new people and new stars, and I was like, okay, all right, new stars. I'll come back. And it wasn't until years later, when Twitter and everything, you know, social media became more prevalent, that I'd see everybody praising this match. And I was like, what the hell are you guys on? This match was terrible. Like, this match was infuriating. I even told Jeff Hardy this on my show, and he didn't really care. But I did tell him how mad I was about it. But he's also talks highly of it. So it was tough to kind of be like, well, I know you liked the match, but I hated it. And I was right as a child.
Like, you know that great moment he had? It sucked. And these are the reasons why.
It sucked, Jeff. It sucked. I hated it, Jeff.